A race against time. We're going to be talking about this, guys. Crowcoin, in my opinion, is in a battle against time and a battle against Bitcoin. It is a full-on war for the price of Crowcoin and Crypto.com. And I want to be talking about this. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say in this video is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop in. I want to start off here and show you guys a black screen. Give me a second here. Let me actually show you what I want to talk about. Here we go. I want to show you over on Twitter. Follow me at 333 Blacksea. I posted some of my profit on a couple shorts I'm in. I say you need to know when to zig and when to zag, even if you do not want to zig or zag. Small short scalping and action on Crow and Doge. And what do I mean by that? I mean that when the market presents itself and it looks bearish, even though you don't want to see the prices go down, you should probably take advantage of the shorts. Even if you don't want to, you probably should. And that's a lesson to be learned in trading. I've been trading crypto for over a decade. And, it took me a while. It's just like, well, I want it just to go up, so I'm not going to be shorting it. Because I even though all the technicals are showing me that I should be shorting, I'm just not going to short it because I don't want to believe that that's going to happen. Well, it's not really a good way to be a profitable trader in this space, especially the crypto space. In the stock market, it's a little bit different, but I hardly short anything in the stock market. But when it comes to crypto, there is opportunity to short. And, a lot of people are starting to talk about how we're moving into a bear market. And if you believe in the 4-year cycle, then you should expect a little bit of a sell-off here. And I will go a little bit deeper into that, but I just want to give you guys my piece on that right now. So Crowcoin right now, I'm in 2 trades in Doge and Crow. I'm short some other coins as well, but these two I'm just scalping, high leverage scalping. My Crow short is 473% of the profit. I put about like $800 on it. But looking at Crowcoin here, guys, I think we have probably more pain to the downside here. And I don't want to be a big bear, but I'm just telling you guys how I see it. I would rather be truthful and tell you guys what I'm seeing in this market than being like, oh, it's okay because we're just going up and going to the moon and just be calling that out as we go lower and lower and lower. There's a time and place for that. When we fully transition into a bear market, on the way down, you guys, I'm going to be saying, I'm buying the dip, I'm buying the dip, I'm buying the dip, I'm getting ready to buy, and I'm going to be telling you that. But when it comes to altcoins specifically, it's too soon. It's too soon to be longing, in my opinion. And it's too risky to be like really, really layering into big shorts. So that's why I'm just high leverage scalping. But this does look pretty grim. Seeing the rejection off of 15 cents, that was a clear indicator in my mind to short. And right now we are holding above about 12 cents. Which guys, if you've been watching, I've been calling this price level out over and over again, which I said, I expect a test of that. And if we can't hold on that, I do expect this to break down even further and fulfill this wick down here, that huge liquidation event we had around 0.09400. And as of right now, we still have some time on this daily candle closure, but yeah, I look at Market Cypher and the money flow is just getting bigger and bigger in the red. The momentum wave is just starting to peak out. It's still in the light blue, and it is like the velocity of it is so steep here, and I do expect probably for this to continue, maybe even little bit lower. We're waiting for a little bit of we should be waiting for a green dot to indicate like potential bounce in the short term. But as of right now, guys, I am cautiously watching this, and I'm not closing my shorts because I do think that the risk is to the downside right now. If you look at the 4-hourly as well, it's trying to respect the 12-cent price level, which is good if you're a bull, but if you look closely here, like on the 4-hour time frame, we did close above that level, and I think that's a very important level to be keeping our eyes open for. And like I said, we're probably due for a little bit of a bounce, but I think that if the bounce doesn't bring us back over 12 cents, like on the 4-hour time frame, and if we don't close and hold above 12 cents on the daily time frame, then I do expect further continuation down to 0.0940, and that's why I'm shorting right now, guys. Right now, over on Blowfin, I'm $768 in the profit on my Crocoin short, up about 458%. Not a significant trade. Like, it's not a multi-six-figure trade, not a seven-figure trade. No, none of that right now. Like I said, like, it's too risky, in my opinion, to be, like, loading up in one direction because if we are flipping bearish on the higher-term time frames, I don't want to try to, like, I'm going to short the top. Like, that's really risky behavior. It's much more, when you're talking about, like, risk management, it's much better, in my opinion, to be shorting once you have the trend clarified, if you will, okay? And I really, that's why I'm not going too significant. But I was pushed to be like, I probably should high leverage scalp short this. I probably should do that because of what I was seeing in the technicals. And so that's exactly what I did. I just didn't go super heavy with the trade. I didn't go super heavy with the size, right? Now, if you guys do want to trade, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section or description box below. Sign up to Blowfin, get a 10% trade rate and $5,000 sign bonus, guys. We just started to work with Blowfin again, and we're going to be offering a lot of awesome sign-on rewards and bonuses, so feel free to check it out right now, and it helps support this channel, and it's lucrative bonuses for you guys, so it's a win-win for everybody, so feel free to check them out. Now, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into Crow here. So we're at rank 26, down about 20% in the past 7 days, down about 7.5% in the past 24 hours. We're catching a little bit of a bounce here. When you just get beaten and battered over and over again, like on time frames, and you don't have any relief, you are due for some relief, and I think that's what's playing out right here on the hourly. Now, why do I say we're at a race against time? It's all because of the circulating supply, guys, and if we are really actually moving into a bear trend here, and, this is like, I really don't want to do what I'm about to do here, but I'm going to do it. Like 1, 2, 3, then bam. That's kind of what I feel like will play out. The market loves to move in threes, and then I will say usually the fourth time is one too many, and you could view this as like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then full breakdown. Or we may have another wave to the upside. We may have that into the rest of Q4. And that's why, once again, guys, I'm not ready to flip full on bear mode. I'm not ready for that just yet. But I am capturing some of the downside with some shorts. I'm capturing some of that opportunity. But race against time. So let's say we do have another wave to the upside, or let's say that this wave is it, right? I think that if you are a 4-year cycle believer, you think that October, which was what? We're in November now, guys. Like, October is cutting it really close to the end of the cycle. Like, October 26th should be potentially the end. I think it was October 6th, actually. So we are even overdue for a corrective period. And I am in that camp. And when you couple that, so you're saying, like, if you're saying, well, I think we're due for more movements to the upside, then you're saying that the 4-year cycle is going to be delayed. It's going to be elongated. And, okay, I can get behind that too. Sure, great. But how high will Crocoin really go, especially when you have the dilution? And I hate harping on this, but I have to. I have to, because it's a massive deal. It is massive dilution to Crocoin investors and circulating supply. Every month, we get about 1.12 or 1.21 billion Crocoins added to the circulating supply, and that causes dilution. So the longer it takes for Crocoin to gain liquidity, the longer it takes for Bitcoin to make new all-time highs and breathe life back into the altcoin market, the harder it will be to have Crocoin reach those $1, $2, $5 price targets, okay? Very important to keep that in mind. That's why it's a race against time, and it makes me more and more bearish when, we should be seeing our next leg up right now, and we're seeing Bitcoin, it broke up below $100,000 today, which I bought, by the way. I'm always buying Bitcoin every single day, and when I see big drawdowns, I gobble that up in a snap of a finger because I am a Bitcoin investor and an altcoin trader, guys, okay? And Ethereum is really kind of like a smoking gun to me because being below 4,000 is weakness on altcoins. Being below 5,000 is really like no altcoin season. I think you need to see ETH over 5K and Bitcoin over new all-time highs to be in a true altcoin season. So if you are expecting that, you better be expecting it very, very soon if you're a 4-year cycle believer. Now, if you believe in like the super cycle, well, then this could be a somewhat bullish scenario. It could be because this is like the RSIs are cooling off. The market sentiment's getting bearish. Longs are getting stopped out. And eventually the shorts will start to build up. And what do the market makers do when the shorts start to build up? They send it to the moon and liquidate everybody. It's clockwork, guys, okay? And so if you are a super cycle believer, then you should be thinking, okay, well, this is actually somewhat bullish because as long as we hold over, say, like 94,000 or worst case scenario is like 73,000 if you're bullish, because if you start closing below that, then like you're in a bear market. You're in a bear market for sure if you're closing below 73,000. But if it's anything above it around this area here and you like tap it and grind sideways, you could argue that that's like setting up for a large move to the upside. So I know that right now is uncertain times, and I personally believe in the 4-year cycle. It's the most valid data point that we've had for the past 10 years, really, longer than that. And I'm going to stand true to my belief on that until the fat lady sings. And if the fat lady singing is we see another leg up into 2026 Q1, then great, I'm wrong. But that's why I'm always buying Bitcoin, and I'm always going to be a trader on altcoins. And guys, something to think about when it comes to altcoins, you don't have to just be buying the entire way on the way down, because usually when you get into a bear market scenario, you have time. You have actual time to be buying these alts. And to be quite frank, if you've been around in this crypto space for the past cycle, you should probably know by now that not all altcoins are going to perform well. They're not all going to perform equally. And it's probably a better risk management method to wait for altcoins to actually start moving before you start buying into them. But not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys how I'm viewing this market. And right now, I'm shorting Crocoin. I'm shorting Dogecoin, altcoins, and I'm buying Bitcoin every single day. But that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel now. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do you think that we are due for some more corrective period, or do you think we're bottoming out? Because I know a lot of people argue that everyone's so bearish, so it's time to bottom. But everyone can be bearish and be right, then we're in a bear market, right? So just keep that in mind when you're trying to counter trade everybody. But that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel now. Check out the awesome affiliate links down below. Sign up to Blowfin. Help support this channel. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.